You know what we might need to do with one of our lists or several of our lists? Yeah, we may need to sort them. Yeah, think about that. Let's say we have a list of a bunch of integers, all in a random order. It is conceivable in our programming logic we would need to sort those. Turns out there's a couple of different ways we can approach this. For example, what if we just want to see the elements of a list sorted? We don't want to change the actual order. Yeah, let's play with that. We can do that. I can say numbers, for example, a numbers variable, and I can fill it with all of these integers. Notice I am intentionally ensuring that they are not in order. So there is our list. Now, if I wanted to print this list sorted, for example, all I need to do is use a function that we have called sorted. Yeah, that will sort any list, and it will leave the original list just the same. Oh gosh, you gotta love that. So notice I say print sorted and our numbers variable, and it will do the sort for us. And now let's prove that our original list has not been impacted, and look at that. If we print the original list, you can see the entries, the objects, are in their original order. Pretty neat. So, the sorted function. Please note when you are practicing this, don't forget your double closing parens there. Yeah, it can be very easy to forget that additional closing parens that you need because, of course, we need parentheses for the print function, and then we need parentheses around numbers inside the print function. We're doing a function in a function there. Yeah, so just don't forget the appropriate number of parentheses. Okay, but I know you're curious, how can we sort the list permanently, in effect? Yeah, we want it in a new order in Python's memory. Okay, no problem. What we are going to do is we're going to use another method, and the method is sort. Yeah, so I can say numbers sort, and notice if you wanted in reverse order, you could specify that. So I can say reverse the order is true if I wanted to, and this will sort in reverse order. Obviously, if you don't want the sorting in reverse order, you would just do nothing like this. So let's try this and then we'll try the reverse. How about that? So I just did the method sort against my numbers list. Let's go ahead and let's do that. Whoops, I always hit the wrong button in Windows. Let's do that. Control P, or in my case in Windows, Command or Alt P to bring up previous commands. And let's print the numbers now and look at that. The sort method of our list did exactly what we wanted it to do. Now, we have one more thing to test here, and that is to sort in the reverse order. So we're going to say reverse equals true, and we are going to run this, and then we're going to print numbers again, and look at that. It worked beautifully. It sorted them in the reverse order. So, two things we learned here, really important. There's a sorted function that we can use to just display the list in order. And then there is the sort method of a list that can, quote unquote, permanently do the sort. Now, notice these methods of lists. Yeah, we've seen like append, insert, now we've seen sort. There's a bunch of other great methods that we can use with lists, and I'd like to show you some of those, as well as how to look all of them up in the next video. Hope to see you there.